Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here to do another movie review, this time for May December, directed by Todd Haynes. So the basic premise of this film is 20 years after their notorious tabloid romance gripped the nation, a married couple buckles under the pressure when an actress arrives to do research in a film project about their past. And wow. So Julianne Moore plays a prominent figure. Her name is Gracie, and she basically becomes infamous for being a 23-year-old that enters a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old. She ends up going to jail. She has her child in jail. Eventually she gets out, they get married, and they just move on with their lives, raising all of their children, 2 twins and a boy. And Natalie Portman's character, Elizabeth, wants to play Gracie. And so she comes to stay with Gracie and her husband and their 3 kids. And the whole time she's there, she's doing research for the role, but it feels different. The questions feel invasive, too personal, and very uncomfortable. Like, this movie is very uncomfortable just because of the subject matter. And it feels very claustrophobic. I would describe this more as a psychological drama. I felt like while watching this film, I was just waiting for this explosion to go off. I was nervous, I was tense, I was just, what is going to happen next? Even though it's just a thriller in the way dialogue is said, the way eyes linger, the way the angles at which the movie is shot. It's just very unnerving, but it's unnerving in a fascinating way because Gracie and her husband Joe, they are basically living in a bubble that is untouched by reality until Elizabeth comes and starts asking questions, and suddenly Gracie feels annoyed. She's like, I'm ready for her to go. Elizabeth's character, there's a line at the beginning of the movie where she's like, hey, we're the same. And it's a very prominent line that ties back to the ending of the film, which I won't spoil, but it makes you think because during this entire process, Elizabeth is asking Gracie questions about how does this relationship start? How does it make you feel? And she's also asking her husband, Joe, who is only 36. He's emotionally stunted. He's saying, people look at us like we're freaks, and people look at me like I'm a victim. I'm not a victim. I wouldn't have married Gracie if I didn't love her. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want to. And he's very defensive about his answers, like people are coming to attack him. And so they live on this small island where the whole community knows. Everybody knows what happened and how inappropriate this relationship is. And, Elizabeth starts poking holes at that. And the thing I really like about this film is that Elizabeth says that she's there because, hey, I want to do research for this role. I want to play you. This is interesting. But the movie starts making you second guess her intentions and whether or not she, too, was prone to these predilections, because she's very flirtatious with Joe. She taunts him saying, oh, now I understand what it must be like sneaking around with you. But the fact that she wanted to play a woman like this, it just gets the wheels spinning. It's a very fascinating movie, albeit uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable because of what is not said. It has something interesting to say about the human psyche and how people will do whatever it takes to convince themselves that this is right, I'm right, our life is perfect, we did nothing wrong, nothing is wrong, even though it's obvious the entire family feels this deep level of shame, even the kids, because Joe was 13 when he became a father. There's a lot of responsibility there that he wasn't mature enough to take responsibility for. I really like this film. I gave it 4.5 stars. I think it'll probably be a 5 when I watch it again, just so I can pick up on smaller nuances that I might have missed this go around. It's definitely a movie that I am going to put in my top 10 for the year. I love complicated characters. I love movies that don't give you all of the answers, which this is definitely one of those films. But if you're looking for a deep character study, I definitely recommend this film. This is some of the best acting I've seen from Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman in a while. And I'm not too familiar with Charles Melton, but he's fantastic in this too. I've heard some rumblings about Best Supporting Actor for him, if he's able to get in there. As far as Best Actress, I don't know if there's room for Julianne and Natalie. Best Actress is very competitive competitive this year, so we'll just have to see. But yes, highly recommend May December, and I feel like you won't be disappointed with this film. I think you'll come out of this film with a different perspective. So that was my review of May December. I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and once again, if you're liking the content here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, remember to be awesome and stay true.